Dear sisters, I'm a 21-year-old lady living with my mom and stepfather. I must confess that my stepfather is a very charming, caring, loving, and responsible 47-year-old gentleman. I've been carrying something heavy for a while now, and I don't know how to say it, but I feel like I have to. It's been weighing on my heart, and I can't keep it inside any longer. I'm in love with my stepfather. I know this is complicated, and I'm afraid of how my mom will feel, but I can't deny it anymore. I don't want to hurt my mom, and I know this might feel like a betrayal, but I want to be honest with her about how I feel. Please, don't get me wrong. I really love my mom, and I know she also loves me, but at this point, my feelings come first. Sisters, how do I tell my mom I'm in love with her husband, my stepfather, without breaking her heart? My stepfather is so charming, caring, generous, loving, and in fact, he's the man I imagined to do forever with. I love him deeply, and I can't hide my feelings any longer. I must tell my mom about how I feel, but I don't know how to do this. Sisters, help. I'm a confused girl in love. You're what? Okay. This is different. Right, Olivia.
It's different, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sunday, I need Kaya Bush for this. Because, Honey Bunny, listen, you have no business being in love with your mother's, your stepfather. You have absolutely no business. He's 47 years old. I don't even know how old you are.
27.
27. 47 years old. Honey
No,
Bunny.
21.
21.
21. That even makes it worse.
Like, girl, you should go. I need to.
Are you serious?
Yes. I don't want to blast too much.
Okay. So
I feel like she has daddy issues.
okay,
One.
yes. You see, first off, you want to tell your mom, and then what?
Why exactly?
Yeah, you want to tell her, and then what next?
So you're gonna share, like you're ready to be like a second wife or something?
And then number two, you just said it. It could be daddy issues. If the man is the stepdad, I don't know how long he's been her stepdad. Maybe she was younger, maybe maybe 10 years
I
or something.
think if she was younger, she wouldn't have felt that way. She wouldn't be saying, I'm in love with you, because she would see him as daddy.
But you know, there's always a thin line between that. How much you love your dad. There's a thin line. You feel you're in love with your dad. Everybody's in love. Every young person is in love with. No, I'm not talking about sexually. I'm saying you love your dad. You want to do the job. Most ladies, I did that with my dad. You want to do, even though you know you are not, you can't do what he does. You're just so much in love with him. You want to do the job he's doing. You want to follow him everywhere. That's what I'm saying. So that one is
that's okay.
Yes. So there's a thin line between that, and as we are saying, so it could have started when she was younger. I don't know how long he's been a stepdad to her. Maybe she didn't have a daddy figure. And me, I'll use myself as an example. I lived with my dad till I was 6, and my dad was my everything. When you're young, it's like that, And the 6 years I had with him was the best. He was the best dad. He was a surgeon. He was a doctor. So take us to the hospital, show us his needles and things like that, And he was very caring, he would just pamper us. All the kind of old music I love today, it was from my dad. I wanted to do everything he did. But then after him and mom, things ended. I mean, I was young, so I didn't know it had ended. All I knew was that we're in a different country. I was 6, so I didn't understand anything, but I missed him. So I was looking for him. When I started dating, I was looking for him in other men.
In other men. Daddy issues.
That is it. So if my mom had married somebody, who knows, I would have done that. And that's why I said there's a thin line between that. I could have, what she's going through, going through the same thing, thinking that I'm in love with that guy, because I could have just carried whatever it is that I was having for my dad to the next daddy figure.
And if I may ask, if you ever felt like that, you didn't feel like that.
My mom never remarried.
Exactly. So if you ever felt like that, what would you have expected from your mom?
That's the thing. You see, and so she said she's confused. So I am trying to see things from a psychological point of view. That's what I always do, because it took me a very long time to understand how powerful the mind is. The mind has a mind of its own. It has what it keeps in here. It has how it processes things and then decides on what to do, and then it can affect you physically. That's what it took me a very long time to understand that. So many things that were so confusing to me started making sense to me, because sometimes you are beating yourself up. Why did you do that? Why did, like I was talking about, you're dating people, the wrong people, just because you had attachment. I had it for a very long time. I still have it. I still have it.
That's daddy issues.
Yeah, because 6 years I never got answers from anybody, and then he died.
No closure, no nothing.
I never got it. So I still do it. Every time I'm going through a bad time, he's the first person I remember. It's something that eats me up. You see, so this lady, this is what she's going through. So that's why I ask, if you're going to tell your mom, number one, is not a therapist or anything. Number two, I don't know how close you are with her. Some people discuss everything with their parents, where they can. She's not even coming from, you see, she's worried about her mom will take it. She doesn't want to hurt her mom, so she's not coming from any vindictive point of view. She's just a young girl confused about so many things, and she needs somebody to just make it make sense. So if you're close to your mom, if you're close to your mom, maybe, but I would suggest that maybe there should be a therapist in the picture there, because you don't know how she's going to take it.
Because what will your mom even think of
Yes,
you?
what are you? Yeah, they'll say, oh, you're a bad girl. There's some.
Well, it's not just
it's
about.
a very dicey situation.
Exactly, it's not just about even maybe seeing her as a bad girl.
Yeah.
But the mom might not understand what she's going through.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Some mothers don't.
No mother will at this point.
So they need a professional.
It's a different thing if a mother sees maybe the stepfather trying to sexually do something to the girl.
Yes.
Do you understand? Then there will be a different conversation.
Yeah.
It's a different thing to if the mom sees the man trying to do something to the girl and then covers it up and then blames the girl. But now the daughter,
she's on her own. No, she's the only one who is feeling whatever she's feeling.
And unfortunately, it makes the home very inconducive, because she's young, she's probably pretty, and she is competition. Sometimes how some men can't pick up that this girl likes you, but you'll be sitting behind him like, Charlie guy, this girl likes you.
People can tell.
And the girl is, like Gail said, she has like attachment issues. And she's admired, she has nothing but admiration. The way she took her time and said he's handsome, he's 47, he's this, he's good looking. She's really falling in love with this guy. She's ready to fight her mom for this guy if we don't advise her properly. So, sweetheart, first and foremost, I think that I want to say thank you for reaching out to us to be able to give you sound advice. First and foremost, this is your mother's love. Okay, think about it like this. Maybe mommy was not really lucky when it came to love, and maybe this guy is now, has given your home a bit of a father figure, a bit of a solid home feeling, and now mommy is at peace and mommy is happy and everything. So imagine telling mommy that you're actually in love. You see your stepfather more than just the father. Mommy is not going to be happy. Okay, mommy is not going to be happy about that. So I wouldn't want you to do anything to break mommy's heart. I feel like immediately you should seek therapy. You should seek help. Because sometimes, depending on how you grew up, depending on what your cravings are. When I say cravings, I don't mean cravings for cake or sugar or toffee. I'm talking about that innate feeling that we all have as little girls, to have our daddies around us, to have our daddies inspire us, motivate us, and talk to us about issues. You are lacking that. Therefore, you are looking for that something. And maybe your stepfather is there. He actually looks you in the eye, gives you attention. He's interested in you as a human being. And you have never seen that kind of experience, that kind of attention before. And you might be misinterpreting it as he loves you. And you like, you know, it's because he loves you. But it's probably not that kind of love, because he's with mommy because he loves mommy in a more intimate way, and he loves you as a daughter. And he's probably a good man who's decided, oh, you know, he's going to love mommy and love his daughter for you. So the way that you're probably interpreting it is not how your stepfather is seeing it. And it will surprise you to know that even if you confess your emotions to your stepfather, he's going to end up even telling your mom, and it's going to make the whole relationship murky. He's going to stop giving you that attention that you desperately need. It's all part of the learning process, my dear.
I don't think she needs attention. She has the attention now.
Yeah, she has the attention now. Maybe she didn't get it from the past. That's what I mean. I don't think she got it from the past. This whole thing seems new, whereby finally there's a man at home. There's a man who seems interested in you as a person. There's a man who is actually there. So you are misinterpreting what he's doing.
But she's 21, oh, she'll not be kidding you.
Yes.
No, but girl,
so she can have romantic feelings for somebody. So we
she
shouldn't,
can
you
have,
know,
she can have romantic feelings for somebody, but if you don't go back psychologically to what is causing her to feel like that, that has to be addressed.
But you see,
because you can.
That's why I like the fact that she sent us this letter, but at the same time, I wish she could actually talk to someone who is not a therapist yet, and someone that can actually take her to the therapist. Because let's look at it, let's look around us. If this person is sending a letter from Ghana here, how many 21-year-olds can even afford walking to a therapist?
Yeah, she's young.
Probably she doesn't even have that money.
Talk to the right person.
So it's about talking to the right person.
But that's the thing. If she had the right person to talk to, she wouldn't have brought it here. Do you get what I mean? She would not have brought it here.
Charlie.
So I can make myself easily available. I'm available. If she wants help, I can actually pay for therapy for her, because therapy is about 700 cedis for an hour, depending on where you're going to for a session. And I know pretty good people, pretty good therapists that I can recommend. I could pay for therapy just for her to, you know, rewire, because there's nothing. This submission that you've put through, there's nothing quite right about it. You should not be seeing your stepfather in that particular light.
So there's a problem.
Especially because it's your mom, and you see your mom with him, and he's your step. So it means that they are married. As a mom and dad are actually married, and if you're boldly calling him your stepfather, he's
supposed to be your father,
not supposed to be your boyfriend. So honey bunny, please, even from a mental perspective, or even where you're coming from, is not even right. And you know, if we don't nip this in the bud quickly, it could develop into something worse, whereby you would actually fight with your mom.
And they become rivals.
It will become toxic. And like they say, like when you're sweeping, you can't see, when you're sweeping and you're not sweeping properly, you can't see as much as the person who is standing behind you. You can see into the future and see, my dear, you haven't swept this place properly. You don't know what your future holds. And mommy has been there for you time and time again. And there's something beautiful. There's having family is beautiful. Don't ruin the family that you finally have right now just because of your emotions. And it could also be like one of those things whereby, you know, it could probably be a crash or something that will fade away. You know, it could be a phase. So, honey bunny, and you know what? Being in love with a 47-year-old man,
it's wrong.
It's wrong, and you're 21. And sweetheart, those of us who are a little older, right, can tell you that it will get to a point in time, you know, intimacy, your father has gone for his match intimately, which is your mom. And you're too young. It's complicated more than you can you see it right now.
You know, to add to that, this is not just directly to her, like this is to all parents, and especially parents raising girls. It's important that we allow the young daughters date their age mates. That's one mistake. That's one big problem that we have. I'm speaking for sub-Saharan Africa, that we have here. You see young people, young as 18, telling you they're dating somebody in their 30s, telling you they're dating somebody in their 40s. That's a problem. Date your age mate. When you're 16, date a 16-year-old. date a 17-year-old. I'm not saying you should tell your kids to start, dating around, but obviously when they're that age, some of them are actually dating in secondary school already. You understand? Let people date their age mate. That's why, like, when you go to places like the States or even like in Europe, we see it. You see people dating their age mates. And that's why also we have problems with Africans when they travel. You see older African men texting people that are 14, texting people that, you understand?
Yeah.
Because there are some things that we allow in our society that, like, because of abject poverty sometimes. You see some families say, oh, why are you dating that small boy? What will that small boy give you? What can he do for you? Yeah. Then the girl is programmed to be to be dating someone that is way older, and then that's something that fuels men, and they start going out for underage kids and all that because we allowed it. And it's not normal. It's only in our society. And then when these men go to Europe, especially England, they're always getting caught.
Oh yeah.
They're always getting caught talking to underage players. So it's always like it's Europe that corrects them. Meanwhile, we see these things in our environment. We don't talk about it because most of the people
mothers are pushing
exactly,
them,
we condemn our daughters going out with their age mates.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's what they do. They stop them from befriending their age mates.
Don't befriend them. What will he give you?
Yeah.
It's about things. It's always about material things, and it's a problem.
Yeah,
and that's why when I look at it with this girl's issue now, or when I try to intertwine it with this girl's issue. Who knows if she grew up in an environment like that?
An older man.
Who knows if that's what she's seeing around her? Maybe that's what all her friends are doing.
My question to her though is, what does she really want?
To marry the man.
Like you said, the way she listed his qualities.
So if she wants to marry the guy, is very dangerous.
She wants to be second wife.
Sweetheart, no.
You and your mom?
No. It's because you have to be psychologically prepared to know and accept that he is not your husband, or he's not your boyfriend.
It can't happen.
Is your father.
Then somebody will have to, one person will have to step out.
Because
the two of you
we could hire therapists and all of that, but if you innately have decided that you don't want help and that all you want is you want him,
it can't happen.
It's problematic, honey bunny. It's problematic, but from an adult's perspective,
when you read everything,
even having sexual thoughts.
She said her feelings comes first.
She said. That's what she said.
So she's ready to fight her mother.
So yeah,
you should not.
Yes, imagine.
There's no blessing in it. First and foremost, and secondly, your stepfather might not even feel the way.
Maybe he doesn't even like you.
He doesn't even like you like that.
No way.
I think
it's not right. It's not right.
I'm sorry. That's why I keep saying, like, I wish it was someone else that sent this letter, not her, because we can say everything now. Whatever she wants to do is what she will do.
Because she's young.
Yes.
So yeah, her mindset is.
God, guys, I don't know how to say this without even sounding harsh. She probably not just needs to see a therapist. Like she needs serious psychological help. She needs to be locked in one of those places and then really worked on.
Rewired.
This is serious.
Rewired. And just to let you know.
And she can do anything to her mother just for the man.
Exactly. And we've actually heard stories whereby there was a submission whereby this girl called in or sent her submission. This was years back. And she was actually on the verge. She told us that she hates her mother. She wants her mother dead. The girl went on to say things like that.
Because it causes a bit of friction.
Exactly.
It starts to cause friction. You start to think your mother
is against you. So somebody will have to be moved. The three of them cannot be together. One has to be taken out.
And then she will only be the person.
So that's it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And there's time and season for everything. And there's a reason why God said man and woman should come together. Because God knew that girls will need their fathers and boys need their mothers when they're growing up emotionally. So you realize that even me, I have 2 daughters and a son. My son is more closer to me, more protective of me, and my daughter is very when I go to work and then I have to go to work and then we're driving and I'm sitting in front, immediately I get up, she comes to sit in the front position and she puts her hand around daddy and because she assumes a particular position. It's coming from a place of innocence. It's not coming from a place of, and because there's daddy there and there's mommy there to constantly, and we as mothers, we need to be extra observant with
Yeah.
our daughters. You know, you need to be able to tell, you know, when something is off, when something is not quite right, how they're feeling emotionally, if they distance themselves, if they want more. Girls are more like, he's my daddy, he's my daddy, he's my daddy, more possessive of their fathers. So because that thing was lost, she has to wait up until 21 to
Yeah,
be able to now experience. So she probably also, she thinks she's sure.
She's probably,
she doesn't
yeah,
know
there's
where she's
there's
at.
probably like
Confusion.
a
Confusion.
6-year-old inside her.
Thank you.
So
You
she,
know, she's
she needs to
confused.
work on the on that
That
6-year-old.
side.
That child.
That
yeah.
child in her. But you
Yeah.
know what? We're sisters and we love you, and we're all singing the same song, that what you're about to embark on is not the best. It's not right. You should not be doing that. And please do not fight your mom for your mom's husband. Your mom is in love. Let mommy be happy. Trust me, you are young. Listen, you have your whole life ahead of you. You have opportunities to learn, to go to school, to travel, to do things. When I say things like that, I'm probably being like way too out of the box. Even here in Ghana, you have your whole life ahead of you. Don't ruin it. This man is 47, or give him the next 40 years. By 40 years, how old would you be?
Yeah.
You know, you now have to also have kids.
Then she'll be his sugar baby.
Exactly, you know, and then would your kids be grandkids? Like, sweetheart, it doesn't quite pan
She'll
out
go and
properly.
find her own age
So
mates and
find
just,
somebody who
you know.
loves you for you, and by all means, I don't even think even your stepdad even looks at you like that.
Yeah.
But find love the right way, and God will bless you. But for now, please listen to us. So it's
Get
not
a help.
right. Please get
Professional
help.
help.
Get
Yeah.
help, because it's not right. It will not end well.
And if you can't get help, I think the best thing for you to do is actually, the way you sent us the letter, you should actually send us another letter.
follow-up.
A follow-up letter telling us that you need help.
And I'll
maybe
be happy to
we will
help.
actually recommend
I will
her
be happy
someone,
to
or
help.
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, Olivia will directly help you with that person. Don't forget to leave your numbers too,
Yeah.
so you can be reached out to. But sisters, this has been a very interesting conversation. Like,
It's emotional. Very
yeah,
Yeah.
because there are so many angles to
heavy,
it.
yeah.
It's not just about daddy issues, but also I think it's deeper than
Deeper.
Yeah,
It is deeper.
deeper than what it is.
yeah.
It's not it's not also an attachment. Like, it's so many
So
things
many
together.
things. Even as with her as a person now that she's also at an age where maybe she's aware of so many things. As a woman, maybe
Yeah.
she's also started having romantic feelings and things. There's so many things going on at that moment that she needs clarification on.
Yeah. And it would
even
have
as a
been-
person.
It would have been nice
Yeah.
to have a bit of background story
Yeah.
to help us better
and
understand
to-
where she's at.
and also to understand the kind of relationship she has with her mother.
Thank you.
Because that also plays a part in
I said that
however,
earlier, yeah, how
you know, she's feeling,
how
because
close they are.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, sisters, thank you so much for joining us on this
you.
episode of Sister. It's been interesting, a bit heavy too, and a bit
Heavy.
confusing. But we'll take it like that. Thank you so much to each and everyone that sent in their letters. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I will be sharing my final thoughts. Welcome back. It's time for me to share my final thoughts on every letter that was sent here. The sisters have done their part, and now this is what I think. So, with the first letter, you think your husband is cheating. Okay, he already checked out emotionally, but you think he's also cheating physically, and you also decided to do the same thing, and you got pregnant. Well, thank you for sending in your letters, and thank you for trusting us to, you know, kind of like share our thoughts on this. But what I would say is, really ask yourself, do you want to keep this child? Is it going to make you happy? Is it going to make you fulfilled? And if yes, you know you still have to tell the father of the child. You know you still have to tell your current husband about everything. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very heavy. You have to actually be prepared for it. You have to prepare for the outcome, especially for the fact that you are still married to somebody. Like Olivia said, there's so many things involved. Families are going to be involved, and things are not going to be normal anymore. So I am saying you have to be mentally prepared. You are already emotionally destabilized. Just be mentally prepared, because it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say do not keep the child or anything like that. It's all your decision to make. But you also have to tell the other guy that impregnated you that, okay, this is it right now. And maybe from what he says is what will determine what happens next. So good luck to you. And it's very dangerous for us to take decisions based on assumption. I think this could have been avoided if you spoke to your husband when all these things started. You should have known where he was at the moment by explaining how you feel and also listening to him talk. You understand? And if all that was put on the table earlier, you would have known where you stand and maybe walked out of the marriage gracefully or worked on your marriage. But now this has happened. I'm not going to kick your butt while you're already down. So good luck to you. But just know it's not going to be easy. Anyway, the second letter about this 21-year-old girl in love with her 47-year-old stepfather. I really don't have much to say. The only thing I have to say right now, since you're the person that sent in this letter, is you need help. You need serious help. Everybody has said what I was going to say, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But to wrap everything up, you need help. And that help, you have to see a therapist because there are deeper problems that have not been solved. And that's what is causing the ripple effect that we are seeing now. And don't be shy. Don't be shy. Send us a letter again and let us know, how we can actually reach out to you and find you the help that you need. Prayer is not going to do it alone. You actually do need psychological help. Some things need to be looked at and some things need to be put back again. Okay? So don't be shy. But thank you so much for trusting us. I'm not going to bash you. But just know that you need help because this is not normal. Anyway, my name is Chris Carter and this has been a wonderful episode of Sister Sister. Like I said, quite heavy, but yeah, we just had to go through it. And a very big thank you to the sisters for making this possible always. And also our sponsors, Kivo Pepper and Cindy Rice. Thank you so much for holding us down. And obviously, the most important people right now, the viewers. You are the real MVP because without you, we don't know how this will be possible. Thank you so much. My name is Chris Carter. See you next week.